Go ahead.
Long meeting there. You talk about the response you've gotten so far and the teams you've been able to talk to, the feedback you've gotten from your performance today.
So, I mean, I've always gotten good responses, really good feedback. Every team basically has told me I've been impressive. Today I feel as though I did a pretty good job, just being accurate with my throws. I think I was about 62 for maybe 65, but, got to improve, got to be 100%. But overall, I've had a fun time with this, and teams have been, having high remarks and saying good things about me. So I guess we'll see on draft day where that goes.
How does this compare with the combine? I mean, the difference in atmosphere, the difference in who's around you, and that kind of thing.
Oh, it's a lot easier than the combine. I mean, for one, I wasn't up for 3 days straight before doing this, so I was able to get some good rest. Just being back in Morgantown, just my comfortable environment, feeling good. Being with Chris Winkie, we've been working, and was able to get into a better rhythm. In the combine, you only get about 10 to 15 throws, so to be able to get about 60 to 70 throws out here was a lot different, and I think it helped me out a lot.
You were slightly better today than the Baylor game.
Yeah. I don't like to bring up old news, but I think I did better that game than I did today.
What was your goal today? I mean, coming out of the combine, what had people told you to work on, and what were you really trying to show off today?
Well, so coming out of the combine, I guess people wanted to see, me just continue to improve in my footwork. They haven't seen much of me from under center, so it's something that they all want to see, including myself. I like to see how I react to that. So, I just wanted to show that I was able to do a multitude of drops and hit a bunch of different route patterns and in different areas of the field, and be accurate and be able to move my feet and set up and kind of move around. Did some things on the run. So just exhibit everything that you would want to see from a quarterback at a pro day.
What's the overall process been like for you? The most grueling, most rewarding?
The most grueling part is not being on the team. So, basically they kicked me off of West Virginia's team, so now I'm a free agent looking for a team. The funnest part is just being able to meet with a bunch of coaches and scouts and, travel all across the country, kind of showcasing my talents and allowing people to get to know who I am. It's just been fun for me as a whole. I get a chance to – it's like I can't get rid of Stedman and Tavon. They're everywhere with me. So, just get a chance to hang out with those guys and really, just chase our dreams.
Completed one passes to the net.
Yeah. Yeah, so that net is basically the best defender in the building. He stopped one of our passes. We should have thrown it over him or something.
Give yourself a do-over on that?
I wish I could have got a mulligan, but unfortunately with the timing and everything, they don't allow it.
With 29 of 32 NFL teams out there today, can you think of a better wide receiver duo to toss to than Ted?
No. And I've been saying it all along. I mean, if you talk about some of the best wideouts in the country, I mean, I'm lucky to have two of those guys on my, in my receiving corps. And, to have two receivers who are just dynamic in every aspect of the word. Tavon is one of the guys, I mean, you rarely see another guy come along like that with that quickness, that work ethic, and, just his explosiveness. And then Stedman's, his body control, the smoothness which he runs his routes with, and just his overall, feel for the game is something that's very uncanny, and you only, see it on Sundays. And to have two of those guys there, along with all the guys that I had this year, the great offensive line that I played behind, it's just really a dream come true for me.
Those guys, some of the ones who are lesser known and didn't make it to the combine, they said that having you guys on the team, having you here, it opens up so many eyes to them what they can do. I mean, how much did you get that sense that this is their showcase and this is their time to shine?
I always said it was more for them than for me. Everyone's going to watch the tape and, evaluate me and do their homework. But, there's guys like Ryan Nealon who, didn't play as much, but he tests, as well as the best of them. And, J.D. Woods is another guy who runs great routes and has great hands. So to have, a bunch of coaches and scouts out here to get a feel for those guys as well and to see what, they bring to the table it's extremely promising for me because, I appreciate, what they did for me and being on the team with them.
People joked about you hitting the net up there, but the fact of the matter was two of the passes you didn't complete were on that same pattern. And Did that affect you at all, not throwing it up like you might have normally?
You know, I try not to. Obviously, you got to adjust it because it's there. So, you know, you don't want to throw all your deep balls into the net. That wouldn't look good. But, you know, it's there and you want to adjust your throws. You know, I think I did a pretty good job with that. Didn't have many drops or incompletions. The one deep ball to Stedman and the other to JD, I kind of overthrew him. You know, could have made a better pass. But overall, the net really didn't affect us.
Were there any routes that scouts wanted to see you throw? Were there anything specifically they wanted to see you throw? And were there any passes where today you said that showed something?
You know, honestly, scouts, the coaches, they really don't need to see me throw. I mean, they've seen it on tape. All the throws that you want to see are there. You know, the main thing is that I get into the classroom with them. You know, they understand who I am as a person, my background, my character, and they get a feel for me. Because when it comes down to anything athletically, it's pretty much all on tape, and that's really what they care about. You know, the production and, you know, how well were you able to lead your team, and you know, the turnover ratio and all of that stuff that, you know, truly matters on Sundays.
You know, you had a talk with Steve Mariucci, you talked with John Gruden, those things that will be made public for people to see.
Yeah.
What were those like, and maybe some of the parts that might not show up on you know, the 3 minutes that they show us on TV? I mean, what was that like, that experience for you?
It was a great experience. John's a great guy. Steve's a great guy. Both are, you know, you can tell they drink a lot of caffeine. But that's a but that's a typical coach. So you can, you know, those two guys are, you know, extremely knowledgeable, and they did a great job with me as far as making me feel comfortable. We joked around offset a little bit, got some good food, was able to just hang out. But on set, you can tell, you know, they'd done it before. I was just an amateur, so I was kind of caught in the moment.
Hey, Geno, how many team visits do you have set up that you know of, and are Philly and Jacksonville, two teams that you're set to visit?
So as of right now, you know, I would expect between, you know, 10 to 12, maybe even more. You know, that comes with the entire process. They have to contact my agents and, you know, get dates set up, because I'm pretty sure they all will be calling soon. I had a private workout on Monday prior to the pro day with the Eagles. That went well. And then, you know, I've got something coming up with the Bills on the 22nd. So other than that, you know, it's pretty much just me, you know, getting prepared for the draft and continuing to work out and, you know, just hone in on my skills and try and continue to improve.
You went back
What
to
did
Florida?
Coach Bradley say to you today about your workout, and what did Chip Kelly say about your workout on Monday?
I mean, they all are impressed. You know, I do believe I have a really good skill set. You know, I can spin the ball with the best of them, so it's not an issue as to where, you know, can I make all the throws? You know, I can make those easily. Like I said, the main thing they want to see is, you know, how do I react in the classroom? How much of the offense was I in control of? And, you know, what things did I do in my offense and in my college career that can translate over into the NFL?
So you were just on the board with these guys?
No board work, you know, watched a little bit of tape and just, you know, really just talked.
You know, is there a difference now in your workouts as far as stress feeling and nervousness maybe than when you first started going through?
Not at all. I mean, you guys know me. I never get nervous. You know, I understand how to handle this thing. It's not something that you know, I'm not ready for. So it all comes with the territory. You know, like I said, I never get nervous. You know, I'm more ready for the opportunity than anything.
What would being a first-round pick mean to you?
I mean, it'll be, you know, a tremendous day for me just to get picked. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say being a first-round pick isn't, you know, the top of the list, because obviously I want to be the best. But, you know, just to be, you know, get a shot at the NFL is a blessing in itself. So, you know, I'm humble enough to say that, but I do know that, you know, with the work that I've put in, I've put myself in a good position to be one of the top picks, and, you know, hopefully that dream comes true.
You know, you mentioned your meeting with Philadelphia. Is that a type of offense that you figure you could fit very well in?
I believe so. You know, I can fit into any offense. I've played in every offense, and, you know, it's something that, you know, I believe just comes with hard work. You know, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. You know, despite what type of quarterback you are, or, you know, what they want to label you as, or, you know, whether you're a system quarterback or not. It's about production, and everyone fits into a system at some point. So you got to be able to make it work and produce and win games.
How much have they asked about, like, your speed or ability to kind of run the ball?
So they asked me, you know, how willing am I to run the ball? Have I ran the read option? Am I willing to do so? And you know, those questions, you know, really go unanswered. I've already done that with Jeff Mullen, and, we had that system in place. Now with my new system, with the past system I was in, which was Hogerson's, I wasn't asked to run, so they didn't see much of that. But obviously they want to, but that's something that comes along with what offense you're in.
You know, I know this was
How do you think you fit the Buffalo Bills system?
Like I said, I feel as though I can fit into any system. I'm not any particular type of quarterback. I don't have one strength. I have many strengths, and I do things that I feel as though can fit into pretty much any system.
You mentioned teams wanting to see you take some snaps from under center, and you did a lot of that today. How do you think you did?
I think I did good. Didn't have any fumble snaps, didn't have any mishaps. Was pretty good with my drops coming from under center. So overall, I think I did a pretty good job with it.
Obviously this was your pro day, and then the other guys who were around you, but you also had Pat White here, you had Jared Brown, those are the guys who came before you. I mean, what did it mean to have them here in the pro bit at least, and also trying to show somebody that they've still got something left in the tank too?
Oh, it means a lot. It means they're still going after it, chasing their dreams. Pat is a guy who's played here 4 or 5 years, done some great things here. Jared's played here for a year. He was here when I was here my freshman year, and he mentored me a little bit. So I know all those guys. We have good relationships, and it's just good to, like I said, to bring all these coaches and scouts out here, and maybe they want to, stick around and check those guys out and see what they're about, and just to have them here, for support first of all. I thank them for that, and then they're out there, trying to put themselves in a good position as well.
How about having your family here? I know when you came off the field, you went over and gave your mom a big hug.
Yeah, so she wanted to come up. She knows nothing about pro days or what's going on, but let her tell it. She taught me how to throw, so it's good to have her here.
Do you have a preferential weather that you would like to play in?
No.
Until April, what do you do in terms of workout and training?
So, I have a daily regime that I do about 5 days a week. I get up early, get breakfast, go out, stretch. I lift, do field work, position-specific work. So just the norm as far as, everything that I had done preparing for the combine and even pro day.
Are you going back to Florida?
Yes.
You have to sell yourself to these guys. I mean, what do you tell them? What's best about you? What do you try to emphasize?
Well, for one, I'm me. I mean, that's all. What you see is what you get from me. They always want to ask about your background and what do you do outside of football, and everyone knows I'm about as boring as it gets when it comes to everything else besides football. So I just be myself. I don't go in there with any type of strategy or trying to go over the top and impress anyone. I just go in there and do my thing, be myself, and allow them to see what they're looking at and decide whether or not they want me.
Hey Geno, will you be going back down to meet with Jacksonville down there after this meeting here today?
I have no idea right now.
Geno, here in Morgantown, I mean, you were touted by Dana as a film rat. How much, studying and knowing the game has helped you through the mental part of the process?
That's the biggest part for me. When you look at my game, it's played from the neck up. I've done things physically that you can kind of wow at, but most of my good games have come from me making good decisions, and the games that we've won, are results of that. I think that quarterbacks should be first of all the leader inside and outside of the locker room, and also very productive and very smart. And you can't make dumb plays, you can't make silly mistakes, and we all make them, but the key thing is to limit it and be very productive.